The 4 pillars to self-awareness. Pure self-awareness. What are they? This 4 pillar is something that I've created on my own here, and I felt that it has given me a lot of freedom, a lot of happiness, a lot of clarity, a lot of answers that we all in today's society are asking for, looking for, and we don't realize that. I believe this is the 4 pillar that will give us all of that and more. The first pillar is this is a cycle that we live our whole life by. And if we can practice constantly, we start to reach higher enlightenment of this practice here, which gives us more clarity, and with more clarity, less frustration, with less frustration, more happiness, or even, in business, if you have misunderstandings of things or not even understanding or clarity of things, this puts things into more pure awareness and pure perspective. So it's understanding how our brain connects with our body and what happens during that process. So the 4 pillars, the first pillar is the input system. Our ears, what we hear, our eyes, what we see, our nose, what we smell, our mouth, what we taste, and our physical body, what we feel, okay? What physically touches us. Those are the 5 input systems into the brain, because that's how the brain communicates, okay? That's how the brain records data out in the real world around us, okay? Then we have the second pillar, which is memory, some sort of subconsciousness, some sort of memory bank, okay? That's the second pillar. The third pillar is our emotions, okay? Now, I just said a second ago how the brain connects to the body. It's through emotions, all right? The brain sends a signal based on the memory you have. So second pillar to third pillar. Third pillar is an emotion, all right? And the fourth pillar is reaction now, okay? Our whole life, our whole ecosystem, from the day we're born to now, is completely based on these 4 pillars here. So if you can practice this 4 pillars, which I'm going to tell you in a second, you can now go deeper within yourself and figure out why you are the way you are, and now you know how to change the way you are, whether it's good or bad, to bad or good, okay? So the first thing we want to do with the first pillar is, the first practice we must obtain as an individual to practice any of these 4 pillars is called mindfulness. And what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is as simple as being clear and being conscious of what you're seeing, or what you're hearing, or what you're smelling, or what you're tasting, or how somebody just tapped you, touched you, and what physical emotions what physically just touched you. Okay, being mindful, I'm looking at cars drive right now. Just being aware of that first, okay? And secondly, the second pillar is being aware of what memory or what thought is arising. What memory are you reflecting on? What memory are you reminiscing on? Okay? And then the third pillar is emotion. That's interesting. I just saw something right now, which is the first pillar. I noticed it triggered this memory, which is the second pillar. And third, I noticed I felt this, which is the third pillar, okay? And all of a sudden, this is the more challenging part. Catching yourself to go, interesting. Why did I want to just say this to this person? Why did I just want to react? Because because you dropped your keys, or you're driving and somebody did something to you or honked at you. Why did you want to react that way? So if you can catch yourself in any of these 4 pillars here, that gives you deeper awareness, deeper enlightenment of yourself. Because we now know the answers is not outside of us. It's not in the world. The answer is in us. That's why they say our body is a different universe, okay? So if you can explore yourself, if you can understand yourself on a deeper level, in actuality, you're understanding the world on a deeper level, okay? That's why you may hear people say happiness is not outside. Happiness is not materialistic things. Happiness is actually internal. Pure happiness is internal. Pure happiness is found within us. So from here forward, when you're going through, a tragic event, when you're having a tough decision you need to make, it's good to spend this time to sit, meditate, and focus on the mindfulness of one pillar at a time. And I'll share a story with you that made me go deeper and understand deeper. I'm sure you may have some questions right now of, well, how do I practice this here? Okay. How do we put it into play now? How do we execute this with some sort of story here? Or an analogy here. I remember having this story is about me buying this car here. This is just a BMW M3 Series. I've always loved this car, and when I had the opportunity to buy it, I did. I purchased a car. I actually didn't want to buy the car. I was very nervous about it. I felt a lot of fear in it. Okay. But my business partner said to me, "You deserve it. You work so hard. You pushed our company to this level. Just do it." And the emotions that I was feeling, even though I was signing the papers, visiting the dealership, looking at the car, it felt wrong. It felt so wrong. And remember, I felt wrong. That is the third pillar. That is our emotions. Why do we feel this emotion? So literally for about a month and a half, every day, I was questioning myself. Why do I feel this way right now? Why do I feel this suppressionness? Why do I feel this uneasiness? Why do I feel this fear? Even after I had the car in my hands, in my garage, keys in my hand, driving this every day, I felt guilty. I felt uneasy. I felt unpleasant. So I meditated every day for a month and a half, for about 10 minutes, okay? Sat in a quiet room or on my bed or in the restroom, wherever place you like, on your couch, quiet place. And I just try to quiet the memories in my head, the thoughts in my head, the voices, and voices not being, it's not any sort of, schizophrenia or anything. It's just more like thoughts and images in our head, the way we think every day on a regular basis. I try to quiet those things down first, focus on my breathing, and when I felt at calmness, at peace, I kept asking myself quietly over and over and over, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like this? Where is this memory? What is this memory, which is the second pillar, causing my third pillar, which is my emotions, to feel like this? Within a month and a half, an epiphany hit me like a train. Hit me in my face like a train. Hit me in my brain like a train. And I came to realize, wow, it was this 80% was this one loud voice in my head, which is my father's voice. Now, my father wasn't a very successful businessman, and at the same time, he became a 9-to-5 worker, and his conditioning was different. So growing up our whole life, he's always preaching, don't waste your money, don't spend your money, don't buy these things, don't this, don't that. To the point where he didn't appreciate us getting him Christmas gifts because he felt guilty himself. He didn't want us to get him Christmas gifts or spend money for him on Christmas or birthdays. And growing up our whole life was a constant preaching of don't waste your money, don't buy a nice car, don't buy nice things. It's a waste of money. Everything is a waste of money. So growing up, that was my conditioning, okay? And all of a sudden, when I bought this car, I felt the same guilt. I felt that voice living in my head, not realizing it. So at that moment, I told myself, wow, that is how powerful our subconscious brain is. That is how powerful our conditioning is when we grow up with, with low performance friends, family, community, television, everything. Our role models, the people we look up to, whether it's a digital form or some sort of physical form, okay? At that moment, I went to work. I started learning how do you recondition ourselves, which is another subject. But more importantly, this video is to share with you how to be aware of the 4 pillars, how to be mindful of it, how to practice why you feel the way you feel, connected to a thought, a memory, and then realizing why you are the way you are now. So I hope this video gives you some sort of roadmap, enlightenment, to discovering yourself on a deeper level, discovering your universe on a deeper level, and now actually have the opportunity to make that change within yourself. And I'm going to make another video on how to recondition yourself, how to reprogram yourself, understanding your conditionings, why you are the way you are as well too. All this is a connected universe within us, as a ecosystem. So I hope this video helps you in some way or form or concept, and share this with one of your friends, family, anybody you feel that they're struggling. This 4 pillar can give them that deeper awareness, okay? And comment below. So I always reply back to my videos here. And share this video and like this video and subscribe. And I want to continue sharing more of this on my channel here, because I feel like it's giving me the opportunity of freedom, and I want to share the same and give back to the community as well too, okay? Have a great day. Love you. Bye.